A federal ban and the Feast of Santa Maria in Camelin. Here's what's coming up next on TrendSpotting. Good everyone, I'm Cami and welcome back to another episode of TrendSpotting. Here are the topics that had you talking this week, starting with the PAC conducting a survey on cockfighting. An off-island political action committee against animal cruelty is making its presence known as a federal ban on cockfighting in the territories looms large. They're offering rewards, encouraging people to identify anyone who is cockfighting on Guam after December 20. That's when a federal ban on cockfighting in the American territories starts. They released a survey saying 60% of residents oppose cockfighting and 60% of Guam's residents support a feed ban on rooster fighting. Here are some of your comments. Max Cruz on Facebook said, "Who decides these laws and imposes them on our land and people? Federal peeps in the mainland? If we can't change the covenant and vote for the US president, then who are those in the mainland to dictate how we should live in our islands?" Jeremiah Lujan asked, "I wonder how the other territories are handling this ban." Francis Wolford said, "Regardless of the survey, it's law and it will take effect on the 20th. If you're willing to take the hit of $250,000 and other penalties, then break the law." Where was your feed store owners and those running the cockpits, especially the politicians, before the act was passed? They were roosting. Don't fret, there's other options available like work, but do feed the chickens, they are good pets. Jigo Guahan said, "Where did you guys survey these people? Tumon? Why don't you do a poll and I'll guarantee you those numbers will change big time." So that's what KYM did. On our Instagram, we did a KYM news poll and here were your results. 41% said to ban cockfighting, while 59% said to keep it. A Jigo resident is the island's 17th traffic-related fatality. The Guam Police Department is investigating the island's 17th traffic-related fatality of the year. Shortly before 7:30 p.m. on December 7th, Guam Fire and Guam Police Department responded to a serious incident in Jigo. JV and Carl work at a nearby auto shop and witnessed what happened. They immediately ran out to help. "I saw a body fly. We ran out knowing that it was an accident," JV said. "We stopped whatever vehicle going northbound and southbound, directing them through our own parking lot, making sure there's no inconvenience of traffic." Even before emergency responders arrived, they received some help from a flight crew from Andersen Air Force Base. The pedestrians were transported to Guam Regional Medical City, where hours later, one of the men was pronounced deceased. This is the second traffic-related fatality in as many weeks. On Monday, a man crashed into a park honoring Santa Maria in Camelin the day before the holiday honoring the same patroness of Guam. The viral video of the crash aftermath showed damage to several parts of the park, and 24-year-old Austin J. Sablon was arrested for leaving the scene, unauthorized use of a vehicle, and theft of property. Here are your comments. Viona Akfaji Ontalan said, "Why do people automatically blame the drivers? Nowadays, there are so many people jaywalking and walking the streets, and some refuse to get out of the way. Speeding, poor lighting, poor visibility from dirty windshields, people just walking and running onto streets like they have the right of way can all be factors. Prayers and condolences to the family." Top fan John Dalzell said, "Thank you to the airmen for providing aid." And on Instagram, Gina A. Rokop said, "Prayers to the two men, but we really need to start fixing the lights on these streets because it's becoming to be such a big issue." The island's faithful have gathered for the Feast of the Immaculate Conception. Guam's Catholics celebrated the Feast of the Immaculate Conception on December 8th with a day of Mass at the Dulce Nombre de Maria Cathedral Basilica in Hagåtña. Father Val Rodriguez was one of the Mass celebrants, and he explained the religious significance of the observance.
The Blessed Virgin Mary, in her title as the Santa Maria Camelin, really played a lot of important events in the history of the island of Guam and the Church of the Archdiocese of Hagåtña.
Catholics on Guam also celebrate Santa Maria in Camelin, the patroness of the Marianas, whose statue is brought down from the alcove above the cathedral altar each year for a procession around Hagåtña. The Feast of the Immaculate Conception is also a legal holiday for the government of Guam. On our Instagram post that featured the artwork of @veroni.sablon, Instagram user Little Mermaid said, "Beautiful job, Auntie Roni," and another Instagram user said, "So beautiful." Over on our other Instagram post, @Anne-Marie Toves said, "Viva Santa Maria in Camelin, may she guide us, protect us, and bless us all." While @Yvonne B. Red said, "It means a lot for me to see home from so far away." Chelsea Obispo stuns audience at her performance in the North Pole. Check out the angelic voice of Chelsea Obispo.
There's a place where sea rain never dies.
She performed at the North Pole as part of United Airlines' annual Fantasy Flight. At least 30 students and their families from the Guam Department of Education's Division of Special Education were taken on a magical trip to the North Pole on Monday. The annual event is made possible through the generosity of United Airlines employees and their corporate sponsors. On Facebook, Lita San Augustine said, "Beautiful voice and beautiful gift." Another Facebook user said, "Beautiful and so special. Thank you, United Airlines, for making it possible and taking these children on a magical trip to the North Pole. I'm sure my niece Johanna and mom Nakrina Mendiola had a great time. Joe Mendiola, I saw them walking in and sitting." Norma Babautza said, "Saw this and brought tears to my eyes. Yes, every person is special. Happy holidays. The song and singer is so beautiful." That's all for this week's episode of TrendSpotting. Sidzuas Maasi for watching, and I'll see you next time.